Hello everyone. Well, this is a beautiful shoe that I bought yesterday. Actually, I bought two shoes yesterday. They come in a pair. It's a Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 3. This thing's pretty special. It's probably too special for me. I'm not much of a runner, actually. I've got to say I'm not a runner at all. My fitness is pretty terrible, but I'm a very bouncy person, and I've been bouncing around most of my life, a little bit more than most people, and I tend to like going around in joggers no matter what. So I've been in my pair of Asics for a very long time. Here they are. You know, that kind of thing is my everyday shoe, and this is the new one. So what's the go here? Well, I wasn't going to do one on the shoe, but holy Jesus, this thing freaked me out. So, for those in the know, Nike came out with two fairly sizable innovations way back in 2016. So their running shoes had EVA foam, the same foam for the best part of 60 odd years. Not much changed. Now, they've come out with a completely different one here. This thing's it's a Pebax foam, so it's a different type of polymer, and it's the type of polymer that's really, really squishy, so it's compliant, as they say, but it's also very springy, so it boosts your energy back. When you squish it, it unsquishes and releases a lot more energy than your typical EVA foam will release. And also, there's this other thing inside there. Just slot it in there, you can see this black line, and you can see it under here as well. There's this black plate inside there, and that's a carbon fiber composite plate. So again, carbon fiber plates, super duper stiff, super duper light. So the idea with these is that you can get a lot more energy back. So when you're doing your running, there's a spring back of energy where you don't lose as much as you would normally lose. So that translates into a measurable amount of extra speed and therefore faster records. So that Eliud Kipchoge back in 2019, for the first time ever, broke the 2-hour marathon record. So that's running the equivalent of 17-second 100-meter sprints, 422 times in a row, at an average speed of, 21 and a bit kilometers an hour. I mean, that's insane. I don't reckon I could do half of that for just 100 meters. But yeah, they swear by these things, and the records are being broken at this speed, unheard of. For ages, the records would break by, they'd get broken by a second or two at a time. And when these things came out in 2016, it really seemed to be a step change in the efficiencies. There's been talk of banning these things, but I think as it becomes more and more commonplace and everyone's wearing these things, it doesn't really make sense to ban. I think it's just, progress of technology. It brings to mind the Speedo suits of the 2000 Olympics when Ian Thorpe was cruising around in this thing that was so much better for water resistance. He'd sort of slick through the water at crazy speeds, and those things ended up getting banned. Anyway, I wanted to show you the weight as well on this thing. So that's also something that surprised me. So just kitchen scales here, compared to my Asics. It's bloody serious, right? These used to be pretty lightweight. So there we are, 388 grams versus 240 grams. Nuts. All right. So as I said, I'm not a runner. Not at all. And I'm also one to get conned by placebos at times as well. So I recognise that. But when I put these things on for the first time yesterday, I'd finally seen them at a shop. There's a Nike shop here in Perth. They had them in stock. Not only did they have them in stock, they had them in my size, and they had them on sale. So that was incredible. I'd been wanting to get a pair. I tested them out. I wanted to test them out first. I didn't want to just kind of buy them. But I thought, this sounds interesting. I'm going to try them out. And yeah, put them on yesterday, expecting that I'd just be that I'd sort of be disappointed, I guess. So I put them on, and I think, it just feels like any other shoe. But the first step, I took in these things, I swear to God, it felt like I was on one of those, those conveyors at the airports where you've got to go a couple of 100 meters, and they've got this belt that's sort of driven along, and you're just getting propelled by the belt, like running forward. I felt like the first step, it was propelling me forward with some kind of electricity, sort of powered walking. I recognise it's probably just placebo for that level, but it felt incredible, and I really didn't expect it. And I would thoroughly recommend everybody try out, if not these ones, There's a whole bunch of other brands, I think, that are doing this technology now as well. But certainly the foam is the number one. They reckon that's where all of the majority of the gains are coming from. It's this foam that is engineered, not so much the carbon. The carbon is more for stability, but it's the foam that gives you the majority of the extra speed and power and energy recovery. What else was I going to say on these things? Oh yeah, the foam itself, I was looking into it. It's this Pebax foam. It's made out of the castor bean as the monomers coming from the castor bean, which means it comes from the same plant that ricin poison comes from, that you might remember from Breaking Bad. Yeah, that's also from the castor bean oil. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.